Hey guys, this is Polo here, and it's time for another deck profile with the release of DZ-BT07. There's a good number of updates to some of the older decks, and of course, with a lot of good reprints and new decks, basically new forms for the new deck, for the old decks really. So, in particular for this video, I am focusing on Jheva, and it's a deck that I have been playing for a very long time. I mean, in fact, I think I didn't really play this deck often. Like the last time I did play was I think way back when the BT20 came out, and even when the new period came out for during the Divines era. Um, it's not really seen much play, at least for me, up until when the last two sets came out, and this is where I think Jheva came a little more has a purpose now. So, well, let's go to the deck file quickly. So, it is pretty well. It's an interesting deck that because well there's a lot of ways you can build Jheva really. But this build in particular, I did change the build from what I used to play before that, so we'll just do that for straight away. So alright, so we'll go on to the right line. Starter, I'm a surprise egg. I mean, it's Jheva obviously. Great one. I run Reno. Reno skill. When this unit is rolled upon by Ryu, which is this basically. Use this for trick sword, call the regression for deck. The second skill, it's not relevant because you never write any extra copies in the main deck. Ryu, her skill, when this unit is rolled upon by a Nirvana Jheva, you can do a top 7 cards deck for a Prayer Dragon. Put your hand, put your hand shuffle the deck. Once again, second skill does not matter in this case because you're not playing any extra copies in the main deck. And the main go-to card is Nirvana Jheva. So, Nirvana Jheva skill, act on Vanguard Circle once per turn. You discard a card in your hand, you choose a Trick Star and a Prayer Dragon for a drop, and call them Vanguard Circle. Second skill, when this unit attacks, you can count +1, choose a unit in the crossover the state, and stand it. So, it is what it is. I mean, that's what we know for Jheva for. So, I will go through a little more in detail at what are my opinions on some of the builds I've seen online, and in fact, actually, this deck build's actually more it's way different than what I initially built before the new support came out, like this set. So I will explain that more in detail. So we put the right line there, and we'll go on to the main deck. So obviously, the victories you run like free of the personalized. I mean, I have nothing to say here, and it's self-explanatory. Okay, so here's this is your card that carries the deck. That's Arena. So Arena skill is to overdress you need to have a Trick Star and at least 2 different Prayer Dragons in order to put in your crossover state. His first skill continues on front of your circle. When during a turn, if this unit is across overdress state, this unit gets 10 power, and your Nirvana also gets 10 power, and it gets triple drive. Second skill, when this unit in the crossover the state is stood by an ability, it's by ability by your Vanguard, upgrade to your greater Vanguard. Let me read that. Sorry. When this unit is stood by a ability of your Vanguard, when this unit is crossed over this unit's state, if your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, you can +1. Choose all your Prayer Dragon. Okay, choose all your Prayer Dragons or Talisman, stand it, and if you have 5 original dress, 5 original dress in this card of this unit, you can remove all your opponent's markers and retire all your cards. So, I mean, the whole main reason is that you're playing this to give Jheva triple drive plus, the 10 of heart, because Jheva is lacking when it comes to power numbers in its own way. And now with the current meta, Levy draws and maybe Artisaria which is I did play a few games with Artisaria today, and if you're asking me, in personally my opinion, is Artisaria really a problem in the format? Not really, because it's really balanced as compared to like say the OG Link Joker back in the day when it first came out. That was really out of hand. So it is fair and balanced. So I don't have to worry about Artisaria or something. Yeah, Artisaria. Because it's not that okay, it's as much as the lock is scary, it's not really bad of a card really. It's fine. So the other creature I run one Vanguard. So Arenas with the crossover and for sake of convenience, from any crossover unit from here on, it's just trace around one period again. That's simple as that. So his first skill continues on the circle. If this unit during a turn, if this unit is in a crossover state, this unit gets 10,000 power. And if your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, this unit gets another 10,000 power. Second skill, on the turn, when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, and this unit is a crossover this unit. Cross over this state. Oh my god, I haven't said it in a while. Cross over your state, you may still +1. Choose a opponent's column and just retire the whole thing, everything there. And here is the grade 2s. I run 3 Mirrors Verena. Beer Conjure deck. It's pretty straightforward. His skill, when this unit enters in the crossover the state, you can take 2 Verenas from your drop and put them into this unit's original address. Second skill, when this unit attacks in the crossover this unit state, this unit gets 7 power, then you can basically take a Verena from original address and put it in a drop, and you can either countercharge 1 or draw 1. So you notice that I don't play it like 4 as compared to my older builds simply because well, I think it's okay honestly. I mean, it's a good card, but honestly, I need to make space. So I think 3 is perfectly fine to play in this case. And if you notice, I think I'm not sure I mentioned this again, but this deck build is based on the WGP Singapore's runner up like last year, so it's very similar to that. But I will go more in detail after the deck performance until like why I went this build and honestly my opinion on it. So during 2 I run 2 Vils Arena. So Vils skill is that when this unit enters a crossover this unit state, crossover the state, sorry. You can choose a crossover this unit on your drop and put it in your hand other than Vils himself. Second skill, continuous on Regard Guardian Circle. When this unit is in crossover this state, this unit gets +5,000 power and 10k shield permanently. So that is pretty good. So you guys notice that you can see a pattern here and see how this thing goes. So okay, let's just continue on. So for the grade 2s, I do run 4 Aparaja. This is a pretty good period dragon. It's a really good period dragon, I will say that. So Aparaja's skill is that when this unit is placed on Rigor Circle, other from the deck, you still pass on discard a card, you search your deck for a period dragon, call the Rigor, and shuffle your deck. Second skill, when this unit becomes an original address, you draw a card and you choose one of your choose the outer address this unit's in, and basically you get to resist until the end of your opponent's next turn. So basically now you kind of see a pattern right here. So I no longer run arcs in this deck anymore because, well, this draw does help, but honestly with the amount of deck thinning and straw arena giving Jheva triple drive, it's not really that important anymore. But if you guys have seen, in some of the builds, some have been playing like Barv Arena, which is an okay build. I mean, it's an okay card. I mean, now that the context that some decks only have no rearguards when they play, but the reason why I chose Vils in place of like Barv Arena, for instance, is because, well, it literally has resist. It cannot be chosen by your opponent. It cannot be chosen by your opponent's ability. If I mentioned that, so when this unit crosses unit state, that thing cannot be targeted. So with Aparaja and Vis, well, in case you're playing Messiah, maybe Youthborg if you want to target some stuff here and there. But there's a good number of decks that do target the board. So I believe that, especially with the fact that Artasaria is out right now. Yeah, this is kind of handy. And also Aparaja is good because it does give your crossover unit resist for that turn. So the other period I run 1 Nandika. Nandika skills when this unit comes in the original address, you soul mass 1. You choose one your outer address, and until the end of turn, this unit gets when this unit attacks. If your opponent has a guard, you can call 2 or more from hand. So I no longer. Well, you just kind of see a pattern here, but we'll just continue on. So the other. Well, here's the new one. This is a really good card. So here's Blazeman Arpal. Arpal's skill is when it's used based on Rigor Circle, you can energy blast 3, look at the top 7 card deck for either a Nirvana or a greater Nirvana, a greater Nirvana or a talisman from it. Put your hand and shuffle the deck. Second skill, auto on Rigor Circle was the turn when this unit boosts. If you choose one of your opponent's choose one of your overdress units or crossoverdress units, and it gets 5,000 power to end of turn. So this card itself really helps to find, most of the time just to find maybe like Jheva or like some key missing pieces, but most of the time it's definitely Jheva because, like I said, Jheva is a really peaceful land deck and a very, very Persona White land deck. So to make that really more consistent, I mean, it helps with Persona. That's the good thing about it. But then again, it's really helpful because you do need to stitch your pieces as much as you can. And in hell, you're not even using energy that much in the deck, so this is perfectly fine to play in the deck. I would run Cindy if I can, but that costs like $90 because of Sagra. I'm not gonna pay $90 just for a copy of that. Hell no. Okay, for the great ones, the Imperial Dragons, sorry. The Imperial Dragons, I'm gonna run Stragaglio. So Stragaglio's skill is that when this unit is placed on regular circle from hand, you can discard, if your Vanguard is Nirvana, you can discard a card from your hand. You search your deck for a Trickstar or a Overdress unit, but your hand shift your deck. Second skill, when this unit becomes a original dress, you counterblast 1, you call a Trickstar from a drop. So, pretty much that. And then, I run one Grand Mirror. Grand Mirror is a pretty good card as well. Grand Mirror skill, when this unit becomes an original dress, you can soul blast 1, look at top 7 cards for 2 different arenas. You may choose put up to 1 during your hand and discard the rest. So, which is just search for mirrors. I don't even search for the missing pieces. I run one Arcneus. Arcneus is basically the budget Cindy, or the Prayer Dragon that's pretty much Cindy. So, Arcneus skill, when this unit is placed on regular circle or discarded during your turn, if your Vanguard is in Nirvana, you can Energy Blast 3. Choose a cross overdress unit from your drop and put it in your hand. Second skill, when this unit becomes an original dress, you soul blast 1, you can countercharge 1. So, it is what it is. I mean, you'll notice you're seeing a pattern here. There's a lot of like, it's more high roll compared to my old build, which is more consistent. So here I run with Drahas. Drahas skill is when this unit is placed on a rearguard circle. If you have a Nirvana Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 and retire rearguard. You can search your deck and your drop for up to 2 Blazing Heavenly cards. Call your rearguard circles rest and shuffle your deck. If you retire and crossover this unit for the cost, you can draw 1. So it's just mainly to search for like, well, this and the other one here, one shown a bit, combo deck. So combo deck skill is when this unit becomes an original dress, your outer dress gets when this unit attacks for every attacks with Vanguard, for every grade your opponent has, Vanguard has, for the battle this unit gets the power. So now that Sephiroth is coming back in, the Dragon Tree really is coming back into the format, this is like a tech option, like in the case, like if I'm facing against Sephiroth, or maybe in a rare case which would never happen, but there might be very, very weird situation where I play against Vartex or the original Gifigilia, this is coming handy. Like, you know, it gives power to your a lot of power to your crossovers units. So like I said, some stuff goes out, so I do want to run one tech just in case I face one of any opponents like that, any opponents playing that. And of course, I run 4 of the effect PGs. I mean, just as usual, ideally I would top out 1 for a Elementaria, but your environment may vary. And just because this is a, well, it's a Verena deck, you're playing 4 Trickstars. Now I've seen people play Trickstar in the right deck as the grade 0, but honestly, in my opinion, I would strongly discourage you from doing that because yes, it does so about a lot in this deck, but honestly, I think you would benefit a lot from the draw if it goes second, and you know, you never know that draw could do a lot better than not plussing out without just doing this in your right deck. So honestly speaking, if I were a Geo player, I would play all my Trickstars in the main deck. Just put it out there. Okay, for triggers, I run the DOT. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. 4 defect crits, 4 of the vanilla crits, 3 of the effect draws, and 4 vanilla heals. So I mean, yep, that's to put it simply, this is a much more high roll kind of build, and admittedly a more difficult difficult build to master as compared to my previous build, which is more consistent. So just like my original Jheva deck profile that when DBT13 came out, I did mention that Jheva itself with the support which you see right here, it is not an easy deck to play, and it takes practice. And like any deck on your deck, you need to practice until you know what you're doing, and there's a lot of combos, there's a lot of decisions you have to know what you're doing, because any misplay could make a big difference when it comes to different matchups. So I would say yes, it is a well. I would not say it's an anti-meta deck. It's not. Oh, it's well. I won't say it's debatable, but I'm not going to go there. But I will feel more it's more rogue deck, especially with anti-meta deck. It can be animated depending on the context and the build, but at least in my opinion, I see it's more of a rogue deck. So, yeah, pretty much this is it's a very, very interesting way to play it. I mean, with these new decks coming out, it's a very, very different approach compared to my previous builds. So with that being said, ultimately it's a good deck if you keep practicing and if you, um, you know, think carefully. So that's about it. So yep, that's about it for my deck profile. Thank you guys so much for watching the deck profile. Yep. I mean, I just came from the store and just started explaining this deck profile. It's been a while. Jeez. It's been a while. I mean, whatever. But yeah, that's it for my deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the content, please do support the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.